Aloy!
Welcome!
Welcome to Guernsey! Hello guys, so meet Tin. She's my friend simula nung nasa Libya kami. Tapos lumipat siya ng UAE noong 2014. And then nag-apply siya for UK noong 2019. Tapos dumating na siya sa London at nag-work siya sa isang private hospital sa London in an intensive care unit. So Tin, so nandito na sila sa Guernsey. They transferred last year, mga September. So what made you decide to transfer dito sa Guernsey? Anong yung mga motivations mo? Bakit ka lumipat sa Guernsey na nandun ka naman na sa talagang pinapangarap ng iba yung tumira sa London?
Maybe because kaming dala ng asawa ko, we are not a city person. We're not city people, so
Like me.
yeah. We're not city people, so before coming to London, we already wanted countryside anyway. So when we got to London, alam namin hindi kami magtatagal sa London. So, yun.
So, ano pa yung, aside sa mga ganyan na mga reasons, ano ba, career-wise, was there any reasons behind?
Yeah, because I'm a band 5 intensive care nurse sa London, and in-offeran ako dito ng band 6. So,
wow.
Yeah, got offered a band 6 here. And ano din siguro, ang daming tempting offers ng government.
So you mentioned about those tempting offers na nag-motivate sa inyo para lumipat dito sa Guernsey. Can you tell us more about it?
Siguro first is the rental allowance that the government gives us. So it's variable. So regardless of how much is your house, the government gives you something, so it depends on the amount siguro na kukunin mo ng bahay. But regardless kung magkano yun, you will still have your share, and the government has its share. So it's just a 3-bedroom house that we pay for 2,000 plus.
Ang ganda. Ay, saan ang ilaw? Di ko alam. Diba? Parang Airbnb. Super nice. Next room. So, second room yan. Storage nila. Third room. Hi. Master chef in the house. Ganda. Gusto ko dito. Balik kami July, August, no?
Please come back on summer. Wrong timing kayo
Sabi nga nila, dapat summer. Ito ang kanilang dining. Super nice. Thanks, Tin.
So the government gives us 1,000 plus as a subsidy. So we pay less than 1,000 for a 3-bedroom house.
So para lang ma-offload yung expenses nyo, for the first 2 years, the government is giving you an
So regardless
allowance.
kung lilipat ka or hindi, that's a total of 2 years. Kung lilipat ka after a year, then you just need to tell them, and then they'll continue calculating whatever they can give.
Right, so that is just one of the perks. Ano pa yung ibang perks na talagang nakamotivate sa inyo mag-asawa na lumipat dito sa Guernsey?
Siguro, retention bonus that we receive every year, and that's for 4 years. So on the first year to the 4th year is the same, but on top of that, on the 2nd year and the 4th year, they put something on top of that yearly retention bonus that they give every February.
Can you give us an idea how much is that retention bonus that you are
I don't know
mentioning?
I don't know if it's not the same for everybody. Maybe more or less 10,000 total
For 4
years.
years.
Yeah.
That's huge amount. Okay, Tin. So, napag-usapan na natin yung mga benefits na in-offer dito sa Guernsey, kaya kayo mas na-motivate na mag-transfer. So, let's talk about the pay. So, what's the difference with your pay when you were in London? Na talagang isa siya sa mga naging motivation mo para lumipat dito sa Guernsey.
So most of the nurses na nai-invite or naiinganyo sa salary offers ng Guernsey is from for those na galing sa NHS kasi ang sabi nila ang laki din ng difference and all that. But for me, na nanggaling na ako sa private, they said it's in a higher range already. So siguro more or less 7,000 pounds annual ang in-increase ng sahod. So siguro sa iba it's not much, but it does make a difference.
But the working hours are the same based on your
Yes,
contract.
it's a 37.5 contractual hours. But we can't really say na yung increase na yun is because I'm a band 5 there, tapos na band 5 na band 6 ako dito, so maybe that's why there's an increase. But sa mga band 5s na nakita ko din from the UK going to Guernsey, it made a difference as well. So I can be biased, maybe because of the change of the banding and all, pero yeah, they offer much higher.
So yung mga benefits like annual leave, sick pay, are they basically the same kung nasa London
for
ka?
annual leave, I used to have mga more or less 240. I forget now.
240 hours
Yes,
annually.
annually. Dito mga 270 give take.
Apart sa yung mga benefits na na-mention mo, meron pa bang hindi mo pa na-mention na benefits na nag-attract talaga sa'yo na pumunta dito sa Guernsey?
So, I think my distinction, if you're getting to the accommodation and getting to a private accommodation, so I think ako na hindi ko nakuha yung accommodation because I've got my husband with me, hindi ako pinayagan for, I think it's case to case basis kasi may iba ata na pinayagan, but on my case hindi. So I went for a private one and they gave me 5,000 relocation package.
Wow, that's huge.
So yeah, it helped us really kasi syempre mga deposit, mga advance sa bahay. So naghanap kami ng bahay when we were still in London. So 1,000.
Smooth yung transition nyo kasi nga mayroon na silang pang-capital to pay for advance na mga for sa rental.
It helped.
So how did you transfer here? What's your transition? Like just a quick background, how did you apply here?
So, as I've said earlier, na kakadating pala namin sa London, I was already looking for some places na siguro countryside or sa isla, cause I'm not a city girl. So,
so city life is not for
city
you.
life is not for me. So, trying to choose countryside, and since I won't go for NHS. No offense sa mga NHS, pero matanda na ako. I can't deal with the stress. So, pumunta ako for a private, and then when I learned about Guernsey, I actually applied for another Channel Island, and but I've heard from an agency nurse who's around the Channel Islands na for agency work, na ang team daw talaga ng Guernsey ICU is different, it's unique, it's more of a family and all that. So parang naano ako, parang curious and all. So I applied, and kasabay ito ng application ko sa Isle of Man. I already turned down dun sa Jersey kasi nga daw sa cost of living is much more expensive than Guernsey. They said, I don't know. So I went for Guernsey through an agency. I've seen the ad in Facebook and all that, contacted them. I had my interview in June. I did all the application processing for more or less 2 months. 2 months or 3 months. Then I resigned and I started here in October, but I already came here September 15 pa lang. Nag-move na ako kasi pa-end na din yung BRP ko doon sa England.
So Tin, before ka lumipat dito sa Guernsey, may binayaran ka ba sa previous mo na employer before ka umalis sa kanila?
Actually no, kasi natapos ko yung 2 years contract ko doon. So immediately when I got my when I got to my second year, nag-file na ako ng resignation.
So walang mga bonds na binayaran?
That's as far as I'm concerned sa private. I don't
wala
know,
naman
other
po siyang,
private and other NHS.
wala siyang titangkasan na bayarin doon sa London. So, hindi na namin discuss further, pero iba na po yung visa pag nag-work kayo dito sa Guernsey. Kasi
wala kaming BRP.
Wala silang BRP.
Because kahit ang Guernsey is under the British Crown, it's an independent country in its own. So they have their different taxation, different rules, different government, different everything. But for foreign affairs and all that, they have the British Crown to support them. But they are an independent country. It's totally a different country sa UK. So they're
malapit
really
po sila
independent.
sa France.
Yeah. Mas malapit kami sa France kaysa sa UK.
How about the healthcare here in Guernsey, since nga hindi na siya part ng NHS kasi nga hindi na NHS dito, HSC na po sila dito. So how about the healthcare?
So hindi siya libre. GP, you need to pay specific amount, 50-ish, to go to a GP. Pag pumunta ka din ng A&E, meron ka ding babayaran. When you have the ambulance, using the ambulance, meron ka ding babayaran. That's why some people opted na magbayad ng annual pay for the ambulance. It's much cheaper kaysa yung magtawag ka ng ambulance. And pero ang sabi naman nila, once you get past A&E, libre na lahat ng hospitalization. So I'm not well versed with it. Bagong-bago pa ako sa isla. I don't know if anong limitation ng mga healthcare wise, anong limitation, but yun yung dinig ko, if after you've passed A&E and you need to be admitted, you need to do they need to perform a surgery or you need to be hospitalized, then that's free.
So covered siya.
Covered siya by the government. But kung nasa A&E ka or sa GP ka, your lab test and all that, so hindi siya covered,
So
unfortunately.
after mo matriage sa A&E, if the consultant decided for you to get admitted, so yun bayad siya.
That
Pero
would be
pag
free.
pinauwi ka nila, you have to pay kung
the
ano yung
A&E
mga
stay. I really don't have enough knowledge to say that, pero yun nga, I'm sure GP may bayad. So that's why people have their own private insurances na para pwede nilang ma-cover yung mga ganyan-ganyan.
So nagtatrabaho po si Tin ngayon sa
Princess Elizabeth Hospital.
Yes, it is a private hospital.
It's the only acute hospital in the island.
Right.
So maliit lang yung unit namin, but the thing is, it's so diverse kasi from heart problem to whatever problem, kasi nga kami lang yung acute hospital. But we've got a partnership with UK as well. So kung may mga cases kami that we can't handle in our own, then we just stabilize them and then fly them out. Papuntang usually Southampton.
Na-meet ba yung mga expectations mo so far?
Yeah. Yeah, as they've said, parang premature pa to say kung na-meet nga ba o hindi. But for that past 5 months, ang work environment have far exceeded my expectation, na grabe talaga ang bond, ang super tight.
Ang team, magandang yung team niyo.
Sobra. They look after each other like a family talaga. Manager namin, maganda naman yung manager din namin sa nakaraan. Here is different as well. He's really good as well.
So it really boils down with your working environment.
Yeah, because siguro mas mahirap siyang mag-transition if the work environment is not good, but since it's the best, so it helped really.
So last question, just give us an idea sa cost of living kung dito ka na ito na sa Guernsey. Kasi nga given na yung subsidize yung pagtira mo dito for 2 years, and then after that you can apply for an accommodation. Tapos meron pang bibigay na retention allowance for 4 years, which is malaking difference talaga, hindi mo yung matatanggap doon sa UK. So isa yun sa mga motivation nila. At saka yung sinabi din niya, gusto niya ng island life, yung parang pagkagising is holiday every day. Holiday feels every day. So, doon na tayo sa cost of living kasi nagmamatter din siya talaga kung ano ang cost of living sa Guernsey. So, give us an idea sa mga aspiring nurses na gusto mag-change ng environment, siguro for trial and error or for good. So, we don't know. So, ano ang cost of living dito sa Guernsey as compared to what you have experienced in London? So, sa rent, sa overall lang.
It's not cheap. It's not for everybody. So pag punta namin dito, we didn't have the exact
Figures.
not just figures, but exact estimate of how it would be like. If you're leaving London because of the cost of living, don't go to Guernsey. To be no, iba. They're more expensive because lahat ng goods nila is coming from different places. Consumables man yan, electricity man yan, gas man yan.
Exported.
Yeah,
lahat.
I think they export it in from France. Mga pagkain nila, I think they export it from somewhere. I'm not sure, but they do grow their own produce then, like milk and veggies and all that. Pero it's a little bit expensive, especially the housing. Ang housing talaga, I've been hearing comments from even the locals na pamahal ng pamahal. I don't know how it was before, but definitely it became so much more expensive than how it was. So big factor kasi kung wala lang subsidy, I don't know if after 2 years we still can afford. For us, me personally, kasi I can't speak for everyone who went here, it's more of a short-term plan just because the house is so expensive. The bills are expensive, but it can be equated of how much you are getting. So, parang nai-equate lang din kasi London has high cost allowance. We do have retention bonuses. So, parang nababalance out niya. So, it's actually more of how
you see things.
perceive. Oo. Kasi if you like a city life and you like to go places easier, that would be maybe UK or London. Because here, mahal ang pamasahe from the island going to UK or island going to another island. It's expensive. So I think it boils down to how much you're earning and how much is left for your expenses. But I can say that meron talaga ding naiipon. Kahit malaki yung bills dito, maybe siguro din kasi lumaki din yung sahod ng asawa ko. So we get to save a lot more in
Compared nun lang din kayo sa London.
to London. Groceries namin, I'm sure mga Filipinos would like Aldi or Tesco, Sainsbury's. We got Waitrose, we get Marks and Spencer.
Pang posh po mga products na dito.
we got co-op prices. I think it's cheaper in UK than in here. Sanayin lang talaga siguro nang makita mong bilat din.
Tapos wala silang Primark.
Wala kaming Primark.
Wala silang TK Maxx. Wala silang McDonald's.
Yeah, locals are very they're keen on supporting their local restaurants. Napaka-posh ng mga restaurants. Like, tas iba na
Para kasi siyang retirement island, no?
Kasi nga para siyang financial hub. There's a lot of big companies here that they put up businesses like maybe accounting firms and all that. Kasi I think they have a different taxation. I don't know anything about it. I just heard. So yeah, so iba ang feels. And taxation wise pala, we're flat 20% tax.
Dito?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not like in the UK that you go on for 40%
yes.
to
Pag lumaki
whatever.
yung salary mo,
So
naging
kahit 1 million po yung 1 million po yung kinikita nyo dito, it's flat 20%.
Oh, it's not fair. So but so far so good. Happy naman kayo dito.
Happy. Kung hindi lang talaga dahil sa work environment, my husband is happy with his work. I'm happy with my work. I'm happy with my friends whom as in we felt welcome kahit ilang months pa lang kami dito dahil nga siguro chikadora din kami. So but I don't know.
There's also Filipino community here in Guernsey, so don't think na puti aman dito.
I've not met all the Filipinos, but I've got my small circle of my own and napaka-welcoming super. So it's a good move, I can say. I can't say it's a long-term plan. Hopefully bumaba yung inflation ng houses, ang houses talaga. Kasi kaya mo yung groceries eh. Kaya mong pagkain, kaya mong pagtiisan yan. But if you see this big fraction of your salary going just to the house, it's masakit.
Pero meron namang accommodation na in-offer, di ba?
Meron accommodation which is a lot cheaper and bayad na yung bills and all that, but it is a very long queue na hindi ka makapasok. So it's a first come, first serve basis. And it so happened na before we came, ang haba na ng queue ng accommodation na kasi limited yung accommodation spaces din nila. So limited lang din yung tao makakapasok. And there's no cap on how long you can stay sa accommodation. Maybe you plan on staying there for 10 years, so hindi makapasok yung mga bago. So, yeah, that's the only downside of it.
Sa mga aspiring na lang na nurses, especially for those Filipino nurses na nag-i-aim na maging nurse dito sa UK or sa Channel Islands, ano kaya ang maging determining factor kung anong part sila talaga mag-work?
Yeah. So our move here, it didn't happen overnight. So it took a while for us to decide talaga which country to go, or which countryside ba or city life or whatever. It took a while kasi kailangan mo din kung single ka, fine, kasi ikaw lang naman mag ng consequences, or if you're happy, if you're not, if you've got your partner or your husband or wife to decide with, so dapat pag-isipan ng mabuti kasi it's a bold move. Hindi siya yung tipong lang char lang na move. So it's not like that. But Guernsey is beautiful. Guernsey is nice. Especially in the summer. I've never been dito sa summer, so I'm so excited for the summer. But it's got a lot of things to offer. Madami talaga. As in, it's nice. But it's not for everybody, as I've said. It's not for everybody kung madali kang ma-bored, kung gusto mo mag-retail therapy and all that.
That's me.
Yeah.
So we're totally opposite.
Yeah.
So
dahil nga hindi readily available ang lahat. So everything, almost everything is online.
pati bigas nila online.
And the thing is, if you order in Amazon, they take away the tax. So it's cheaper.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cheaper. Bigas pa namin yung asawa ko nag-order pa sa Amazon. So special delivery kami ng Amazon ng bigas.
Limited yung ibang mga mga products kasi nga sa island po sila. But basically, yung pinaka-determining factor is kung ano talaga yung gusto nyo.
Anong gusto nyo?
It doesn't matter siguro kung, part na yun yung pera-pera talaga.
Yeah.
Pero kung ano yung magpapasaya sa inyo. Gagaya sa kanila, galing sila sa London, kami mahilig sa city life. So, happy na kami kung saan kami. Kasi nga lumipat na kami dati ng Belfast, hindi ako naging kontento doon. So, bumalik kami ng England. Sa kanila naman, pumunta na sila ng city life, na sense nila hindi to para sa amin. So, lumipat sila sa medyo tahimik.
Kasi hindi namin na-maximize ang London. Nasa bahay lang kami. We're homebodies. So if sa mga tao na satisfied na with just going to work, na masaya ang team, and then going home, going to a very small high street, and then looking forward for a very holiday-like days off and summer and all that. So we've got kayaking, paddleboarding, sailing, all those
Guernsey
sorts.
government pay her. She's advertising you
All
for
that
free.
sorts. We've got lovely beaches. Yun nga lang tulog ang ano nito. There's a lot of stores that are closed just because it's winter. Kasi wala naman kaming, it's a summer destination, as I've said. Walang ganap masyado pag winter. So it's a good place to raise a family, as I've said. It's very safe. Most of the people here doesn't even close their doors. Yung mga cars nila is naka-open lang. Ang mga drivers dyan, it's difficult here. The roads are really narrow. So, ang mga wing mirrors dito is mga gas-gas na. But not for everybody. Ang iba naman is maingat naman mag-drive. I'm not generalizing. So,
napaka makipot po ng mga daan nila. Para
it's really small.
Parang nasa Baguio, di ba?
Yeah, it's really small.
Maliliit siya.
Yeah, but it's a fun place. It always boils down to what do you like? How do you like your life to be? If you don't want to feel like you're always working, and go for somewhere else. If you don't want to move, then go to somewhere like Cornwall or anything Bournemouth. So yeah, if you want city, go to London.
Yung sabihin na, sa city life, wala tayong sa city area ko tayo titira, wala tayong maiipon. Depende naman po yan sa inyo.
Kung nasa London kami, may naipon naman po.
Depende lang po yun sa inyo.
Yeah.
So, but I think dito sa Guernsey, so far, parang ito yung literal na work-life balance.
Super.
Di ba? Work-life balance. Kasi they are earning almost the same sa London, pero may konting difference when they have their days off naman. Island life naman sila.
Yeah, I've heard pag summer daw, napaka napaka-lively ng island. Like,
So we can't wait.
music festivals and all the sorts.
So bibisita po kami ulit dito during summer. So watch out for my vlog sa summer in Guernsey.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thank you so much, Tin.
Pleasure.
Actually, this is an impromptu vlog. Sabi ko,
Wala pa akong makeup.
papasyal lang kami sa Guernsey. Bibisitahin lang namin sila, kakamustahin kung how they are settling. Tapos, naisip ko kanina, uy, maganda pa lang i-vlog to kasi parang wala akong nakita masyadong vlog about transition of a nurse from
Meron ako
London.
nakita, but it's an NHS to here, which is a big chunk talaga ng salary niya ang nadagdag.
Sa kanya kasi private hospital, diba?
Oo.
So, malaki na po yung sahod niya sa London. Naghanap pa po siya ng mas malaki. So,
Pampera.
anyway, hindi lang pera po yung motivation niya. Marami po siyang mga factors na kinonsider and more on mental health. Diba? Mental health talaga. Well, anyway, thank you. And say goodbye to our viewers in our CORRdapya TV channel.
Bye! Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye!